Renee Knight with Inside Unmanned Systems. I am here with Adam from Censys at the AUVSI Xponential show. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Taking the time out of your busy day. I know it's crazy here, so appreciate it. So can you tell us, how long you've been attending the show and what you like about coming here every year?
Yeah, so we've been attending AUVSI now for about 4 years, and we've been members now for about 3. And one of the biggest things that we like about the show is it really showcases everything that's now and in the future. I mean, I love walking around the show and seeing stuff that is supposed to be implemented in the next 5 and 10 years and even beyond that. And that's one of the best things I love about the show. And what we always hope to get out of it is really to network with our current customers and also hear these use cases from potentially new customers and what they're looking for in technology, so we can take that back and try to solve that and maybe even provide a solution for it.
Very cool. So can you tell us a bit about what you guys do and your solution?
Yeah, so at Censys Technologies, we were founded about 7-8 years ago, and we had always been focused on beyond visual line of sight. Like, that was the niche that we wanted to be in.
Sure.
And it's been quite the journey. We started off from the slingshot launch to a hand launch version and landed on a VTOL version, and we figured that would be the best platform, especially when you're talking about utility, right-of-way inspections, which are long and linear, and so here we are now with our 5th generation Centera, which we just released about just under a year ago, and we're really excited about it because BB loss over the years has kind of gone through this evolution.
Absolutely,
and we're kind of at this moment now where technology and regulation are working in concert, and we're able to get the most value out of the technology than ever before. And I think a perfect example of that is we've now integrated the L-Site Halo, which is our cellular C2 link, and our waivers that were limited to 3-mile radius before, now we're doing 30, 40, 50-mile point-to-point ops.
Wow.
Really, and giving the customer the tool, and the kind of analogy I was saying earlier, it sucks to get a platform and when you fly and you land, you only have 60% battery, and you're like, man, I didn't really get the full use out of this. But now we're seeing that full use, and the data side is big. So
that's great. And can you talk a bit about the different use cases, the different customers that you have using the technology?
Yeah, so beyond visual line of sight, so far we've seen long linear asset inspection really take a hold of this, and that's for power line inspection, pipeline inspection, roadway for DOTs, rivers for environmental science, and we've seen the biggest value there. And then the next biggest use case that we've seen is surveying and mapping. For beyond visual line of sight to be more valuable for that use case, it's not necessarily the 900 or the 1 or 2,000 acre projects that you can really get the most value out of, but it's those larger, 15, 20, 30,000 acre projects are ones that you have to do reoccurring quarterly or monthly, where you can really start to extract the BB loss value. And the third industry that we've kind of seen take hold of this is the education system. A lot of universities that have started these UAS programs, many years ago, back when drones were still so new, starting off with your basic Part 107 and basic quad skills, are finally evolving. And one of our training partners, USI, has a phenomenal curriculum, and they've done a really good job going into colleges, high schools, and even some middle schools to start planting these seeds and building in a curriculum for not only the simple stuff, but for the more complex, beyond visual line of sight applications, because that really is the future, right?
Sure,
and
absolutely.
We need to make sure that students are ready to be able to fly beyond visual line of sight, or from their room with a couple monitors or one-to-many. So it's cool to see.
Yeah. So I guess what would you say is the main problem that you're helping your customers solve, and kind of what makes you guys different from other systems, your system different?
Yeah, so the biggest problem that we're trying to help our customers solve is the BB loss problem. When you're constricted to that visual line of sight operational status, it's costly, it's more time consuming. So in terms of asset inspection, we all want our lights to stay on and the power to our houses to always be there,
please.
right? So the faster that they're able to inspect and find these problems and fix them is more valuable to them in terms of time savings, but even more valuable to their customers, which is, right, who they want to keep and who they got to make happy. So
sure.
That's a big thing. Another thing about BB loss is the safety case. We're able to replace what we call it's called the death crawl in helicopter terms. When you're only 200 feet above the ground inspecting power lines in a helicopter, if anything were to go wrong, and in less than a second you're hitting the ground, and no one wants incidents like that to happen. So there's a additional benefit to flying a drone, taking the man out of the dangerous situation. And that's another really, really big value add that we're trying to offer our customers.
Yeah, very good. So I guess how do you see your technology continuing to evolve in the coming years? Where do you kind of see it going?
Yeah, and coming here, seeing some of the components and new technology coming out, one of the advances that we see is, right now we have an optical forward-facing camera as our detect and avoid, which is part of our safety case for beyond visual line of sight. And we're looking at other solutions that, matrix space has a nice little radar, and that's going to give us more of a 360-degree detect and avoid that hopefully will enhance our safety case and enable even more complex operations, maybe in higher air traffic areas. So we're really excited about that. And in terms of our platform, we're working on some really cool payloads, a magnetometer for fixed wing, and in terms of that, just really increasing the flight time and getting our customers where they need to be or where they want to go in BV loss. And one of the problems that we create by flying so far and so long is we collect a lot of data. So we've come up with this Censys application, which is a custom AI, ML, machine learning that our customers and whoever, not even specific to our platform, but for any platform, can customize and train their own AI models in 1 or 2 days, which is a really short time frame to turn around. So that's an awesome piece of technology that we've seen in our software and others at the show as well.
Very cool. Can you talk a bit more about the payloads?
Yeah. So in terms of the payload side, we offer a wide variety. And I think that's pretty important in the industry today.
Absolutely.
Is being able to offer a wide list of offerings to many industries. And so we have a couple standards, the Yellow Scan Mapper Plus, which we're excited for the version C to come out, which is a LiDAR with a RGB camera. We have some live view gimbals, which is perfect for a public safety or maybe a post-storm asset inspection. We also have your standard mapping and surveying payloads, anything from phase 1 to millimeter to your Sony ILX, which is, kind of some industry standards that we see on a lot of other fixed wings. But something that we're really excited about is a magnetometer on a fixed wing. We've been working on that, and we did some testing last week, and got some good results there. So we're excited to be rolling that one out here pretty soon.
Very cool, very cool. So what, for anyone who's visiting your booth this week or watching this live stream, what was the main takeaway you'd want them to get?
I think the biggest thing that we're trying to tell people here at the show and want people to take away is that the value of BV loss is there now. In the past, all the customers that we had a year or two ago who are a big piece of where we are today, they were able to fly the system, improve the safety case, improve the reliability of our aircraft, have really opened up the door for the new customers to come in and take full advantage of the value that BV loss really can provide. Like I said, I'll kind of finish how we started. They're finally in concert. The technology and regulation are working together. They're firing on all cylinders. And there's still a little room to go. There's still a little bit that we can do to improve. But in terms of value, this is 5x, 10x the value we were getting, a year ago. So beyond visual line of sight is here, and I think people should be taking a hold and taking advantage and getting it in while they can. So.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Adam.
Yeah.
Appreciate you taking the time to stop by and chat. It's great chatting with you. For more from the show, please visit InsideUnmannedSystems.com.